Let's collect the mission briefings from Miss Metal Cabinets. Oh, hey, I ain't a flying squirrel, mate.
Salutations, friends. Zach Ryan here with my pal, Jared Petty. Jared, we've spent an entire week with Microsoft's HoloLens.
We have.
And give me the rundown, man. What do you think of this little jewel of a tech piece?
It's groovy. It works really well in a lot of ways. It doesn't do everything I want it to do yet, but I've had a ton of fun with it, and I see a lot of potential for electronic entertainment, as well as some other applications.
So we've got, this is a dev kit right now.
Yeah.
This is not the final, but when the final is released, do you think it'll be worth the price of admittance? Do you think that this is something that techies want to have in their arsenal of gear?
In its current form, no, because it's really expensive, and in some ways it's still frustratingly limited. The field of view for the real world is really good, but the field of view for the effects, the actual AR or mixed reality effects that you see, it's fairly narrow here, and within that window, they look great. But if you want to be able to use this thing day in and day out as a toy, I think they're going to have to fix that problem especially. I think they can, by the way. I think they will. But I wouldn't pay the amount of money they're asking for this at this point for what it's capable of doing right now. I am, however, in a position where I feel privileged to have played with it because I believe I have seen the future.
A very tiny future. I'd say that that's my biggest gripe as well as the field of view. Given the 360 wrap, basically, or the 180 wrap on your face, it's a very small window that actually is displaying what you're looking for in the HoloLens, which is a kind of a disappointment.
But man, it looks neat.
It does
in
look
that
really
spot.
cool.
You're just like, whoa, okay, I get it. I feel like this thing is a magnificent proof of concept.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. I would say a top-notch proof of concept for sure. Now, we here at IGN, we're prone to video gaming.
We play the games occasionally.
Do you think that this is a viable option for gamers to consider as a gaming console? Like, is it something that people are going to want to experience games on?
Not yet, but soon. There were games on here, particularly of all things Young Conquer, that made me go, oh, okay, this thing's going to be great. And it has to do actually not so much with the AR, but with the way the AR was tied into the mapping technology.
Yeah.
This thing can figure out what kind of room you're standing in with remarkable fidelity, very quickly, very effortlessly, and it works really well. And so you're just like, it knows where my furniture is. It knows where under my furniture is a lot of the time. And this little icon that I'm controlling with my eyes can move around and hop up on things and roll down them, and it knows very slight differences in elevation and where walls are and how to fall inside and move realistically, and it can do that and scale and do that dynamically as I walk. So it's moving on the screen, but it's also constantly readjusting for my motions fluidly and flawlessly. And I was like, you build me a full game around that, and I'm not going to be able to put it down.
See, that's my second question is, all this impressive tech behind telling Conquer where a wall is or where obstacles are in your living room does not a game make. And the only other option that we had thus far, we're looking at, what's the Robo Raiders?
Oh, Robo Raid,
Robo
yeah.
Raid,
Played around with Robo Raid, yeah.
And it's basically a rudimentary shooter that is fun for a few minutes, mostly for novelty's sake.
Yeah.
But is that the kind of experiences that you think we're going to see, or can you expect deeper stuff? I know we had talked a bit about Fragments, which is a detective sort of game, like a point-and-click adventure almost. It seems really interesting. Yeah. Are those the kind of experiences we can expect here? Or
I don't think so. If you get the dev kit, yeah, right now. But I really do think with a little bit of hardware revision, a widening of the field of view, a little more. I mean, the thing's plenty powerful to do those, but I think that, you know, we all know in Moore's Law, it's just going to get more powerful. I don't think that we're talking very far away at all before we can have complete game experiences programmed for this thing that are unlike anything we've ever played before and fun. So now, yeah, I really think that's coming. I've speculated about this in the article I wrote. I think that this is complimenting, but I could see a world where this thing maps my house and I have a little, you know, ghost friend or a little robot friend that lives there with me, and he can play hide and seek with me, and he can watch TV with me and know what I'm watching because of the mics in this, and comment on it and learn what I like and sit and have meals and know what my favorite. And I'm talking about, I really do think that that is not all that much programming away. Kind of a wonderful augmented reality fusion of this thing and Milo.
Right.
I can't wait. Also, you and I sitting here, again, right now a little limited on the field of view, but in a couple of years, I believe I could sit with one of these on, looking at an image of you that was convincing enough that while I knew I was speaking to a hologram, I would be Jedi counseling here in these chairs. and
Jedi
it would
counseling
be
is a
cool.
great way to put it. I
I'd be
really
Jedi
like that
counseling with
idea.
you.
Yeah.
I think that can happen.
Outside of the field of view, what are the things that you want to see in the next iteration? When you get your hands on the final product, what are the things that they really need to improve to make this a product that people actually need to have?
Yeah, please make it less Windowsy inside. In some things, it's very intuitive, and in some things, it's very Microsoft control freaky. Like, I must control your account, and your account settings between this and that will be managed independently, yet codependently in obtuse, difficult to understand ways. It is really irritating that way. The way that you have to get stuff off of it is infuriating. If you want to get a video off of it, it's like, just no.
Yeah, it's really annoying because it sends it to a website that you have to go and download it from somewhere else. It's like one of the first iterations of the iPhone that had that sort of like, you've received a multimedia message. You know, it's cumbersome.
Yeah, it's like, it's all the things you hate about Windows 10, but on your head.
Very well said. For all things HoloLens, keep it right here on IGN.